Hello, I'm Greek narrator Fox, and I'll be your narrator today. Greek mythology wasn't invented by anyone. It was just passed down by family to family, and it still is today. Now, Greek mythology is all about Greek gods. I'm going to tell you about more famous Greek gods. I'll start with the god Zeus. He is a sky god. Greeks thought he lived at the top of Mount Olympus. It is said that when he's angry, he will throw lightning bolts at people. The next god is Poseidon. The Greeks thought of Poseidon as a god of violent and unpredictable movement, but he was most often called the god of the ocean. But what most people don't know is he is also the god of earthquakes. He stamps his foot or he hits the earth with his trident, which is like a pitchfork, to make an earthquake. And the last god is Hades. Hades was the god of the dead who ruled the place where dead people went after they died. Most Greeks considered him an evil god and was not often talked about. These three gods were all brothers and often fought each other for power. There are many other Greek gods, but you'll have to look those up for yourself. I'm now going to read you the Greek mythology story, Apple of Discord. Zeus was putting together a wedding banquet for Peleus and Thetis. He planned to invite just about everyone except Eris. She was known far as wide as a troublemaker, so she was left out at about every other big reception. Eris was greatly angered by this. She then thought up a little plot to stir things up at the reception. She created a golden apple, and upon it she wrote "the fairest." On the day of the event, she rolled the apple into the banquet and took off. Athena, Hera, and Aphrodite each claimed the apple for herself, and eventually began to battle over the apple. They positioned Zeus to make the decision on who it was intended for, but he wisely declined and instead pointed for young Paris, son of Priam, the king of Troy's son. The three goddesses appeared before Paris with the golden apple and demanded he make his choice. In secret, each of the goddesses attempted to sway his opinion in their favor. Hera promised Paris political power. Athena offered war victories, but clever Aphrodite pledged him with the most beautiful woman on earth. Being the young guy he was, Paris gave Aphrodite the golden apple and expected to receive Aphrodite herself. Aphrodite, surely amused, explained that she offered him the most beautiful woman on earth, and clearly she was a goddess. But true to her word, she maneuvered circumstances so Paris could claim his prize. He then went to Helena, wife of King Menelaus of Sparta. Paris woos Helen with the aid of Aphrodite, and they leave for Troy. Of course, upon discovering the disappearance of Helen and her new whereabouts, Menelaus demanded of Troy the return of his queen. When they rejected this, called the beginning of the Trojan War. Now, everyone who knows anything about Greece knows about the blind poet Homer. Born in the 19th century BCE, Homer is the man who, according to legend, wrote the two great epics of Greek history, the Iliad and the Odyssey. Both books are considered landmarks in human literature, and Homer is therefore often cited as the starting point of Western literature and historical tradition. The details of Homer's life are a mystery. Some scholars believe that no such man ever existed, and the works credited to him were actually told and gathered by many other people over many centuries. Other stories give various birthplaces and ages for Homer and suggest he was a wandering poet or minstrel. Homer is usually said to have been blind, a point on which nearly all the legends agree. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something new about Greek mythology.